Welcome to the internship program. I am Shubham Gupta from NextGen AI Frameworks Private Limited. I have 14 years of work experience in the fields of artificial intelligence, software development, and robotics.
In today's session, we will be looking at Google Colab and how you can run your projects on Google Colab. So first of all, go to Google, search for Google Colab, open it. So if you remember, in previous session I created virtual environment on computer. Similarly, you can create Jupyter notebooks in Google Colab. If you want to learn more about Jupyter notebook, you can search on Google. So it is a web-based interactive computing platform. It is mostly used for AI or ML projects. I will show you the simplest tutorial to get started with Google Colab. You will get this interface when you first log in into Google Colab. Now click on New Notebook. For our AI/ML projects, this new notebook will be a new project. So for example, I will name this as demo project. So you can rename your projects from here in the title. Next thing I want to discuss is this cell. These blocks are known as cell in Google Colab. So if I write print statement here and click on this play button, we will get this output here. Simple. Second type of cell available is text. You can write documentation here. So this is my first program. You can highlight the text if you want, like using a bold. You can even attach images and other things. So for documentation purpose, you can use these text blocks, and for writing code, you can use code blocks or say cells in Google Colab. Next thing that I want to show you is hardware allocation. You can click on this and see Google is giving 12.7 GB of RAM and 107.7 GB of disk space. One more thing you must remember is this runtime environment, the limitations. So they will tell you the remaining time for this instance. What instance is, whenever you run your code, they will allocate some hardware so that you can run your code. So backend is Google Compute Engine containing this hardware. One thing you will notice that the GPU is not available here. To enable the GPU instance, just click on this, change runtime type. You will also get this option here. So change runtime type. So there are many types of hardware available. So for now I will choose T4 GPU and click OK. Save. Wait for some time. It is trying to connect with the GPU instance. So now we have GPU available, 16 GB of GPU. Now I will show you one more thing. If you go to change runtime type, there is one more option available that you can use is TPU version 2. This is for TensorFlow library. What TensorFlow is? So it is open source machine learning platform from Google. So if you search for creator of TensorFlow, then it was developed by Google Brain. We will be using TensorFlow in future sessions. So let's see T4 GPU, and even you can search for TPU version 2 what it means. So TPU is a specialized hardware accelerator developed by Google for machine learning workloads, mainly for deep learning models. And I will also show you this another instance that we are running T4 GPU. It uses NVIDIA Turing Tensor cores. I will not get into details for the simplicity. So now we have GPU available. Now I will show you the basic file structure. If you click on files, you will find this sample data available. I will show you how you can read this data. It is very easy. So first thing, I will delete this block and then create a new code cell. In this cell, I will read the data from readme.md and print it here. So f equals to open. I will just right click and copy the path, comma, read, f dot read, f dot close, and I will save the data in data variable, then print the data. So what I am doing is read the data from readme.md, then print the data. So this is the content of this file readme.md. So this is how you can read the files from this file structure. Next thing is to connect Google Drive. And what are the advantage of connecting the Google Drive? So in previous session I have used TTS model. So the size of the TTS model was 1.74 GB containing all these files. So if you want to use this TTS model in Google Colab, you need some persistent storage that you can use again and again. So what you can do is upload all the model files on Google Drive and then use it here. I will show you the simplest way you can mount the Google Drive. You will see this button, mount drive. Just click on it. It will ask for permission. Give the permission. Now drive is available. You can find this content folder from here. So just go to main directory and from this content you will find drive here. Now I will show you how you can read files from your Google Drive. So I have these files available in Google Drive. Let's see, I want to read this file. So copy the path, paste it here and run the program. So this is the content of this file. So what this directory structure means, slash means root directory, then from root I will go to content, drive, my drive, Colab notebook, demo1.ipynb, and I open it in read only mode. save the data in data variable, close the file, print. So this is the simplest way you can mount the Google Drive and use the data to run Python programs. So one thing you will like about these Jupyter notebooks is you can run your code in separate cells. So for example, I am creating a new cell. Then what I can do is write print statement here and play. Look at this warning. It will give you these kind of warnings because we are not using GPU right now. It is suggesting us to switch to CPU only. So why it is telling? Because millions of users are using these Jupyter notebooks on Google Colab, and they are giving this hardware for free. So I recommend you, if you are not using a GPU, then please switch to a CPU so that they can allocate this GPU hardware to others. So now we don't have a GPU hardware available. You can change the runtime type anytime you want. So I want to tell you one more thing. If you change runtime type, you will find this A100 and L4 GPU disabled. So what you can do is purchase additional compute units. So these are heavy GPUs. You can search for A100 GPU, and the cost for these GPUs is high, and they have I think yeah, 80 GB of virtual memory VRAM. So I will compare this with my computer GPU. So the, the GPU I am using is 1650 GTX. So it is nothing compared to what A100 is. So A100 is commercial quality GPUs that can run AI ML tasks smoothly. Similarly, if you search for L4 GPU, so L4 Tensor Core GPU, so dedicated for AI and visual computing. If you want to search for VRAM, 24 GB. You must be wondering why 32.8 GB was already used in disk. So I will show you. If you run pip list command, so Google already installed all the important libraries in Jupyter Notebook. Earlier, when I have shown you the virtual environment on computer, there were only 2 or 3 libraries available when I created the virtual environment. But in this one, we have Torch Vision and Torch already installed. So this is the reason. So, and another reason, if you search for this file system, all these things were installed on this Linux system. So this is why 32.8 GB already used. So notice this, I can run this code cell and this code cell separately. So this is one of the best feature of Jupyter Notebook. And remember, you cannot use these Jupyter Notebook to deploy your projects. This is just a prototyping platform, and for deploying you can use the previous session tutorials. I already told you how to create a virtual environment and everything, and in the next session I will be telling you how to set up your own server, Ubuntu server. So I will see you in next session. Have a nice day.